Astronomers recently observed the largest cosmic explosion ever witnessed in the known universe, and no physics phenomenon has been able to explain it. The explosion is characterized by a fireball that spans nearly 100 times the size of our solar system and has been actively glowing for over 3 years. Incredibly, within this short span of time, it has already emitted approximately 100 times the energy that the Sun will produce throughout its entire 10 billion year lifespan. However, there remain several questions to address regarding the nature of this cosmic event. What are the origins of this tremendous explosion? If it is so bright, then how did astronomers miss it in the first place? Finally, and most importantly, how could this discovery pave the way for new physics? Our journey begins in 2020 when the Zwicky Transient Facility in California detected a powerful flash in the sky. This facility scans the night sky every 2 days, monitoring various celestial phenomena using visible and infrared light. During one of its routine surveys, the observatory recorded an explosion that they initially labeled as AT2021 LWX. At the same time, this event didn't seem extraordinary because its distance was unknown, making it difficult to determine its true brightness. It wasn't until the following year that a team of researchers from the University of Southampton decided to dig deeper into this recorded event. Armed with telescopes from Chile and Spain, they meticulously analyzed the explosion using different wavelengths of light. Through their investigations, they discovered that the explosion occurred a staggering 8 billion light-years away. This distance exceeded that of most other luminous flashes observed in the sky. Once armed with the knowledge of both the distance and the apparent brightness, the researchers calculated the intrinsic brightness of the event at its source. And this is when things took an interesting turn. When the numbers were put together, this event was estimated to be around 2 trillion times brighter than the Sun. This revelation surpassed any previous observations of similar nature, presenting an unprecedented and extraordinary discovery. Can you believe it? AT2021 LWX sat unnoticed in the databases for so long. It was only when astronomers looked at it through more powerful telescopes that they realized what they had stumbled upon. There's something truly captivating about the hidden treasures that lie within the vastness of space. Now, let's delve into the mystery surrounding this extraordinary explosion. Astonishingly, no known physics phenomenon can explain the sheer brightness exhibited by this cosmic event. Equally remarkable is the fact that this explosion has been emitting such high levels of energy continuously for 3 years straight. Naturally, the question arises, what could be the cause of such an event? To unravel this mystery, astronomers meticulously explored various potential explanations. Unsurprisingly, the first hypothesis on their list, given the circumstances, was that of an exploding star or a supernova. Picture this: a massive star depleting its nuclear fuel, causing its core to collapse under the force of gravity. In just 15 seconds, an object 1 million times the mass of Earth collapses. The resulting shock waves cause the outer layers of the star to detonate, resulting in a supernova. Supernovae exhibit a spectacular display of light and radiation, encompassing gamma rays, X-rays, and visible light. These explosions can briefly outshine an entire galaxy, casting a luminosity that captivates the observer. However, in the case of AT2021 LWX, the flash emitted is 10 times brighter than any previously recorded supernova. Consequently, an exploding star, although a conventional explanation, fails to account for the sheer magnitude of this explosion, the grandest one witnessed to date. This leads us to the second potential explanation, known as a tidal disruption event. In a TDE, a star passes close enough to a supermassive black hole to experience the immense tidal forces that tear it apart. As a consequence of this violent disruption, the stellar debris cascades toward the black hole, generating a surge of electromagnetic radiation. On average, roughly once every 1,000 years, a star falls victim to the gravitational influence of a central supermassive black hole within a galaxy. These events serve as crucial windows for studying strong gravity and accretion physics, contributing to our understanding of the formation and evolution of supermassive black holes. However, even considering the concept of a TDE, the observed cosmic flare persists at a brightness 3 times higher than what is typically observed in such events. Hence, a tidal disruption event alone fails to provide a satisfactory explanation for the incredible luminosity displayed by AT 2021 LWX. But there's more. Some scientists suggest that this explosion could be attributed to a quasar. A quasar is an extremely bright and distant active galactic nucleus powered by supermassive black holes with masses ranging from millions to billions of times the mass of the Sun. They swallow a huge amount of gas at the heart of their host galaxies. As a result, they emit an immense amount of radiation, making them the brightest and most powerful objects in the known universe. On average, quasars can be 1 trillion times brighter than the Sun, surpassing the luminosity of the ancient galaxies that house them. However, here's where things get interesting. A discrepancy arises when considering the behavior of this event compared to typical quasars. Quasars typically exhibit fluctuations in brightness, flickering in their luminosity. But AT 2021 LWX didn't follow this pattern. It suddenly burst into brilliance 3 years ago and has been blazing ever since. This deviation from the expected behavior of a quasar adds an extra layer of complexity to understanding the true nature of this mysterious cosmic event. So AT 2021 LWX is something that we have never ever seen before. But still, there is one possible explanation that researchers are betting on right now. According to a recent study, this remarkable explosion could be attributed to a colossal accretion event. In this scenario, an enormous cloud of gas, possibly thousands of times larger than our Sun, is being consumed by a supermassive black hole. As this extraordinary feeding process unfolds, it sends shockwaves rippling through space. The superheated remnants of the surrounding gas cloud persist, forming a gigantic ring-like structure resembling a giant donut around the black hole. It is worth mentioning that astronomers made a notable discovery in 2022, the brightest explosion ever recorded, a gamma-ray burst named GRB 22109A, affectionately nicknamed BOAT, or the brightest of all time. However, AT 2021 LWX is considered the largest explosion because it has released far more energy over the last 3 years than what was produced by BOAT's brief flash. Events like these are exceptionally rare, but they have the power to reshape galactic centers over time. Scientists are eagerly searching for more of these massive explosions, gathering information from various sources, including X-rays, to learn about temperature and surface processes. They're also planning computer simulations to test their ideas and see if they align with their observations. With new telescopes and advanced equipment on the horizon, who knows what future discoveries lie ahead? The quest to uncover the secrets of these awe-inspiring cosmic events continues, fueling our thirst for knowledge. Recently, astronomers discovered a mysterious dark galaxy that does not emit any light. If you missed this episode, be sure to catch up on this groundbreaking finding.